Hi there and welcome to my channel. I have lots of more art supplies to show you, and these ones are sets, or most of them are sets. So without further ado, let's go. The first one is a King's Art watercolor pen set pearlescent colors. They are a little bit see-through, but pearlescent means, they're like pearly, so they're fun to play with. But if you wanted to have a lot of saturation, you're gonna have to do a lot of layers to get that that consistent saturation. This one's the Uli Chroma Blends watercolor pens in neon. They are so beautiful. I've used them before. They do have a little bit of a chalky finish to them. That's why I haven't used them that often. But they just glow in blue light, under blue light. And because we have a tank, I've always wanted to do a piece of art with while under the blue light, so that it kind of pops. And so yeah, I just wanted to show you all the range of neon colors that this palette has. Is really beautiful. I was impressed with most of them except for the green ones. That's why I didn't add the green ones here, or the white one, because honestly the white one you couldn't even see it. And yeah, for this ones I was very happy. They just just looking at this, like, really bright colors, the camera doesn't do it justice, but they just they glow. They are neon. The King's Art Artist Mixed Media Gel Sticks. I am in love with these things. I thought they were just going to be fun to play with, and I was right. And not only was I right, but they became one of my favorites of the moment art supplies. So yeah, let me show you. They are kind of messy. They are kind of like oil pastel. No, because oil pastels are more oily, but these ones they're a nice mix. They're oily enough, but not too oily. And they blend beautifully. Look at them, they're so fun. And the Montmartre Woodless color pencil premiums. Oh my goodness. There was a point in my life where I was obsessed with trying to get woodless color pencils. And so I did. And by that I mean they don't have any wood. They're just the actual color lead and cover in this enamel thing. So when you use a pencil sharpener, you just chip away at the color itself, not the wood. So look at that. Isn't that nice? So the cool thing about this one is they have a lot of variety for lines, and also for coverage. So see, you can do sideways to cover more things, but because they are supposed to work by themselves without any support, they are very hard. Like, the lead is hard, and so it's kind of scratchy, and that kind of bugs me because they don't blend very well. So I was a little bit disappointed at that. And these things, I have no idea what they are, like the name or where they came from. I'm guessing a dollar store or a Dollarama or one of those things. But I filled them out with acrylic paint from Set Store as well, and because they've been there for a while, they're starting to separate. But they work very well for what they are. If you just want to bring like a little bit of paint because you're working on a sketchbook and you don't want to bring like the whole thing of acrylic paints, just a little bit of that, and you can make goops and shapes and dots, and or if you want to, you just put them on a palette and mix them up and use them separately. But yeah, they're very nice, and you can get like this 3D effect if you stack enough paint, so when it dries it has like a 3D effect. Ooh, the Edding Permanent Acrylic Marker. It is so chunky and it's fun. However, it's not black, so I was like very sad about that. I thought it was black, but it was just gray. And the other thing that I noticed about this one is that they're a little bit see-through. So if you want like a full coverage, you're gonna have to do a couple of layers. So that's for that. And this one I was showing you before, the Montana Acrylic Empty Marker. I made a mistake. I filled it up with not the good type of paint. So many pumps later, kind of like playing PlayStation back in the day on those combat games. That technique, yeah, that's what you have to use. And so many pumps later it started working, but because I had to mix a full body acrylic with a thinner or something, it came a little bit too thin. Now this one's the Medina acrylic paints. This one came with a set. I bought an easel and this came with that, so it was kind of like a fun bonus. I guess it was part of the whole deal, but anyhow, I haven't actually opened them, so we're discovering the colors together. And ooh, look at that acrylic gloss. That's nice to finish the art thing. And look at that, they're so goopy, I guess, not chunky. Like, it's not a full body acrylic, but it has some body. It is some body. And it's nice because you can stack it a little bit and it will keep that shape. It doesn't like just blob out. But you can spread it thin enough and it doesn't thin out too much. So yeah, the cool thing about acrylics is always going to look like that plasticky finish. It always looks wet. And look at these things. This is I don't know what brand they are, but they're metal bulldog push pins or something like that. And they have this little clippy thing and a pointy thing. So if you have a cork board, they are very nice. And I'm about to show you how they work, but first I have to show you this. This is a King's Art gouache paint set. And I took it out of the plastic, but I haven't actually opened it. So this is the first time I'm actually opening the box itself. And I was happy with the pigmentation of the paint. The finish in itself was matte and a little bit chalky, so I wasn't like a super thrill about the finish, but the pigmentation was really nice, so I like that. And now let me show you how it works. My vision is to put these little tubes on these little clips and put it on a cardboard, so that way I'm going to see them more often and I'm going to play with those colors more often. And so that's how it works. It was really hard to choose what colors to keep and what colors to put away, just because I don't have enough pins for all the colors. Just a little bit annoying, but c'est la vie. Anyhow, I didn't know what type of mix I was gonna do, and then I realized that I could potentially do most of them. So I just did a good mix of all of the colors, and I left just those losers out. Mahaha. I'm just kidding. I will use them too, but just not right now. And that's how it looks like now. So I have gouache on one side and my Arteza acrylics on the other side. And I like that. Now let's play. That's all. But let's see what we can do with some of those art supplies. I wanted to give this one a try. Maybe I was being too judgmental. Maybe when I did just do the little test, I was being hard on this color pencil, so I wanted to give it a fair run, a fair go, a fair try, a trial, whatever you're gonna call it. So yeah, I decided to do a little, I don't know, illustration, a little drawing of two cats having boba tea, because I was feeling like boba, but I didn't have any, and I don't have any place that is close by that has boba, so I was like, I'm gonna live vicariously through you cats. Yeah. Now, this is one of the times that I think I mentioned last time that I kind of like to see when other artists are doing their art. And so I try this here. I did speed it up a little bit, well, a lot, but I just wanted to leave the whole thing so that if you're interested, you can see it too. I am not I want to say confident drawer, but what I mean by that is my drawings always have a hairy stage, because I don't do like confident lines. I just do a lot of tiny lines until I find the lines that I like the best. Then I just outline those lines again. So yeah, hairy stages. Do you have them too? I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Yeah, so little kittens, little cats. I think that's the thing that I draw whenever I don't know what to draw. It's happened to me a couple of times that if I'm out of thoughts on what to draw, I just like default to round shapes and cats. So I don't know what that says about me, Maybe I want a cat in my life. I don't have a cat in my life right now. It makes me sad, but my husband is allergic, and I am assuming my child will be allergic too because he has allergies of hay fever and spring allergies. And it was really sad and funny because when my husband will sneeze, like immediately, not even 10 seconds after that, my toddler will sneeze too. And I thought it was hilarious that we'll synchronize their allergies, but also kind of sad. So yeah, I'm not using the color pencils right now. And the first layer was very faint. I want to say it's very not opaque. The opposite of opaque. Insert word here. Anyhow. So with this ones, you kind of have to like really press to get that color out. And I don't know if it's something to do with the, oh, hi Pooch. Thanks for visiting. With the consistency of the, whatever you call them, leads. Is that what you call them when it's like so chunky? Color lead? Yeah, we'll go with that. If it's not like that, please feel free to correct me. But yeah. You need to push real hard for that to work. But the fun thing is that you can just put it sideways and you just cover more. But I decided not to do that because I want to have a little more precision. It's kind of interesting to see a recording of the process. Because I can remember very clearly what I was thinking about when I was doing this, or where my mind wandered while I was painting this. And I was thinking about carrots and beets, because we got a subscription box of vegetables, and we got carrots and beets, and I don't know what to do with beets. And bok choy too. They sent me bok choy. Why would they send me bok choy? I don't really like bok choy. Anyhow, vegetable rant over. I still had a lot of fun doing this though, although it was not my most favorite color pencils that I have. If I had to choose, that would be either the, how would you pronounce this? Is it Aerogeton, or the Prismacolor ones? But the there are two types. I think it's a premium one because it's really creamy. But yeah, I understand though, because when you're if you drop one of these pencils, they will shatter and they will break, right? But if you drop one of the like regular pencils, the lead inside will shatter and break. And so that's the whole point of having like wood around the lead, is to like kind of keep it safe. But because these ones don't have anything to keep them safe, they just, like, the lead itself has to be harder. And because the lead itself is harder, it's just not as pleasant to work with. But yeah, if there was something that was a good mix between them, it was like a buttery nib. Is it a nib or lead? Buttery nib, lead, with the woodless part of it. I think that would be so lovely. I don't know if it's possible, but it would be very lovely. Seriously, what am I gonna do with that bok choy? Like, I don't want to go to waste, but I don't know how to cook it. I don't know what to do with it. Look at that. Isn't that cute? I mean, as cute as it can be. Little cats. For the next thing, I decided to use those gel sticks. They were so much fun. I think he has that childish, like child wonder, or like that uncomplicated feel to it. They're very messy. Like you have to use, well, you don't have to. I guess you can use a blending stump, but like you could use your whole hand, like your whole, like it's a very tactile medium, I guess, what I'm trying to say. If you wanted to blend, like if you wanted to use it just as a decoration on top, like I get it. And it's very nice because it just is, it applies very smoothly because it's kind of oily and creamy. But they just blend so nicely. Like they, it's an art supply that you have fun with because you play with it a lot. It's just tactile. That's what it is. It's messy and it's fun, and I loved it. I loved every minute of it. I didn't go in with any sketch or undersketch or anything like that. It was just whatever goes on the page, and it will stay there or it won't. And if it doesn't stay there, well, then we'll make something else out of it. And it slowly started to take shape. And I liked it. I loved it. I think the funnest part about an art supply is the moment when you start kind of getting how it works. It's kind of like a magic trick, or I guess a skill will be when you understand what works, what doesn't work, what works better, what gives you the finish that you were trying to get, or that you thought you might get from that. And I think that experimentation, or that moment of fun, the moment of play, it's what I liked so much about this specific art supply, is just seeing what works, seeing what sticks, seeing what comes of it. Just fun, because I thought they're just gonna get very murky, but to a certain degree you can layer them on top of one another and to get different shades and textures, I guess. But I had so much fun with this one. I fully recommend, if you happen to see any of these things somewhere in your store, local stores, or I don't even remember where I got this one. I think it might have been from a HomeSense. I think, yes, because I think King Art is from HomeSense too. I think it was from there. But yeah, if you find them, I recommend them. They're so much fun. Just go and see what you can make with them. It's worth your time. Now here in this part, I wish that made more of a shine on the back and then put the shadow on top. But I was having a hard time understanding where the light was coming from in this one, because I didn't plan it. Oh, look at my layout. I'm trying to have lights all around so that I can minimize the shadow, but it wasn't working very properly because I didn't set it up correctly. But hopefully next time is going to be better set up, so that it's more nicer, more pleasing to the eyes. Yeah, I really like this one. It makes me happy inside. I put it on my fridge. I'm just kidding. I put it near my fridge, just because my office is near my fridge. Perks. The eraser kind of works a little bit, but not too much. Like if you make like a tiny little mistake, it works, but if it's like a big thing like this one, it's not gonna erase it, it just kind of smudges it. So you live and you learn, right? You live and you learn. Like now that I look at it, it kind of looks like Ratatouille, just because it's like a little mouse with a spoon. That's funny. It was not my intention, but I mean, I am happy about that. That's so cute. I mean, that's Remy, not Ratatouille, from the movie Ratatouille, Remy. really cute. Now I can't unsee it. This was really fun. Well, thank you so much for sticking around and coming with me in this adventure. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please let me know. Comment, subscribe, and all that good stuff. We'll see you around next time for another session, I guess, video of Forgotten Art Supplies or other fun art stuff. Bye for now.